Hi, welcome to Trinity In-Home Care. We're so glad to have you as part of our caregiving team of direct support professionals. The video that you're going to watch today is intended to give you a little bit of insight as to the organization that you're working for, as well as some of the things that we hope that you do as an employee of Trinity In-Home Care to put your best foot forward and make Trinity In-Home Care the wonderful organization that it is. The first thing I want to share with you is just a little bit about Trinity In-Home Care. If you're not already aware, we are a nonprofit organization. We are in Douglas County, and we're only in Douglas County. And we were founded in the mid-60s by some really insightful folks who attended Trinity Episcopal Church here in downtown Lawrence. For the first few years, we really focused on children who had disabilities, who were also in foster care, and teaching foster families how to support those children and care for them the best that they could. And over the years we evolved and started assisting individuals who were elderly and also adults who had physical disabilities. So those are the demographics that we continue to work with today. About 60% of the services that we provide are through Medicaid, but we also work with other agencies and other organizations, including the VA, so we provide support services to veterans. We work with a number of other small grant programs that are both federal and state in order to assist elderly people who have low income and need assistance in their home. We also work with individuals on a private pay basis who may not be able to afford services elsewhere, so we offer a sliding scale for those individuals who may also have a low income and need assistance to stay in their home. We separated from the Trinity Episcopal Church when we became a private nonprofit agency in 1976. So for well over 40 years now, we've been providing these services throughout Douglas County. One of the things about being a nonprofit agency, which is really special, and one of the things that we're most proud of, is that above all, we get to make our decisions based on the good of our clients and the mission that we aim to serve. Our mission is to help the individuals that need our support services stay in their home, not move into an institution or a nursing facility until they really have to or they want to. And so everything that you do as a direct support professional leads us closer to that mission every day. You are Trinity In-Home Care. Without you, we are not meeting that mission. And so you're the face of our agency out in the community. And the services that we provide throughout Douglas County make our community a better, stronger place for all the individuals. Another reason that communication is so critical with the office is so that we can have your back. Even if there's something that's gone pretty poorly at one of your visits, please don't be embarrassed or shy to tell us what happened. If we know what's going on and we get a call from your client, and we can have your back so that they can know that we are a united front at Trinity In-Home Care, and that even though you're the individual out in the home, here in the office, we are with you as a team. One of the challenges about communication can be keeping it confidential. If you ever have questions about who you can talk to about a client, please call the office. On your client note, there should be a list of emergency contacts and people you can speak freely with, but if you're ever unsure, please call and check with us. When you accept a shift with a new client, you should receive your client note. Be sure to read it over completely and ask if you have any questions about the information that it lists. Sometimes client notes can become outdated, especially for clients that have been with us for a long time. And so if it ever looks maybe like something is a little outdated, don't hesitate to contact us and just double check. When you first call your client to set up services, we expect you to do so immediately as soon as you accept the assignment of the new client. You'll want to call and introduce yourself. Make sure that you have the correct time and date of when they're expecting you to come over. Sometimes the client changes their mind when they speak to the caregiver after they've told us initially what they would like to do. And if that shift doesn't work for you anymore after that initial conversation, let us know so that we can find a new caregiver for that person as quickly as possible. But then when you're speaking with your new clients, you'll also maybe want to introduce yourself a little bit, tell them a little bit about what your experience is, maybe even give them a little bit of a physical description so they know who to look for coming to their door that first time. Remember, being a client of Trinity In-Home Care puts individuals a little bit at a vulnerable position. They're having a stranger come into their home, to come into their personal space. And so everything that you can do to help them feel comfortable will also help you feel comfortable as you get to know a new client. So what if something really does go wrong while you're with a client? First of all, you may need to call 911 immediately and get care for that client or for yourself. Then be sure to call the office or the emergency phone as soon as you possibly can. And lastly, you're not alone. You are protected by workman's comp insurance and you are protected by general liability insurance, and we have your back. Lastly, we really want you to enjoy your job and feel comfortable and confident in what you're doing. If you ever have questions or concerns, please call the office if you're ever unsure about what to do in any given situation. So now let's talk about some do's and some don'ts about working at Trinity in-home care. What are some of the don'ts? Well, I'll demonstrate those in a minute, but one of the don'ts is that we don't want you to worry that if you're not perfect, you're going to be in trouble. Like we've said, this is a very human experience and people do make mistakes. So we don't want you to hesitate when you contact the office and share with us what's going on in your position. So today we want to give you some examples of what we do expect from you as a direct support professional for Trinity in-home care, but we want to do it with a little bit of humor and share with you some of the things that we don't want you to do as a direct support professional. As a direct support professional, or DSP, you are expected to be prompt. If you're running late, please call your client to let them know that you're on your way as a courtesy to them, because they could be worried or anxious that you're on your way. DSPs are not required to wear a uniform at Trinity in-home care, nor do you need to wear scrubs, but you do need to be dressed appropriately in order to have range of movement and wear clothes which you could get dirty. While you're with your client, you are there to provide services.
Were you gonna fix me that sandwich?
Just a minute. I'm in the middle of something. Gotta take this call. Hey. Yeah, so what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. I was thinking about... Please save personal tasks for after your shift, or if there is an urgent call or text that you need to make, please communicate with your client that you need to make a quick call, and then keep it brief. I want to watch
You're
Ellen.
supposed to be fixing my lunch.
Well, you're fine. I'll get you later. Just come on.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon and I haven't eaten yet. I'm really hungry.
You're fine, because you know what we're going to do is I'm just going to make you an early dinner. It's going to be fine, okay?
You think you could do my laundry?
No.
I really need a bath. Could you give me a bath?
Not today.
Just help me with my
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Well, could you do the dishes and get the kitchen clean?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? You're not really my boss. The office is my boss.
When you're here, I'm your boss. Well, then let's call your office.
Fine. Although Trinity in-home care is your employer, your client is your immediate supervisor while in their home. You're there to complete tasks that they need assistance with. Some clients can feel shy or like they're bossing you around. You should ask questions, seek clarification, make a list, or use other ways to help your client communicate their needs and wants. Oh my gosh. Hey. So, selfie! It's the worst day of my life, and I can't believe you sent that to me.
Shoot? No, not necessarily.
We do want all of our direct support professionals to be friendly, but you're friendly professionals, not friends. You'll want to keep your personal matters personal.
Hey, have I ever told you about my thoughts on the Republican Party? Have I ever told you my thoughts about the Democratic Party? About the church that I go to and what we do every Sunday? Here's the problem with the economy, okay? And all we need to do to fix it is climate change.
Trinity in-home care believes that all clients and all DSPs should end each visit with the same religion and political beliefs as when they started. We ask that you avoid controversial conversations, including please don't use curse words and please don't discuss politics or religion. Your client may ask you questions about these topics, and you may want to be so forthright as to say, while I'm at work, I avoid discussing my personal beliefs. Trinity in-home care provides you with workman's compensation insurance and general liability insurance, but we prefer not to have a reason to use it. Clients may ask you to complete tasks that are not appropriate for our scope of services. Sometimes that can be difficult to judge, so if you're in doubt, call the office to ask. You can tell your client that you're not sure if you're authorized to do a particular task, and we can help determine that with you. Some tasks are clearly not appropriate for direct support professionals, and you can please decline those. Sometimes clients need assistance with tasks that are very personal and can leave them feeling embarrassed or vulnerable to ask for help. Please do everything you can to demonstrate respect and to protect their dignity. Sometimes a client may offer you to have something of theirs, food, furniture, clothes, and so on. They may also offer to pay for something that is not their responsibility for you. Trinity In-Home Care's policy prohibits you from taking anything from a client. This is why all gas reimbursement goes through the office, just to make it very clear that cash should not change hands. Please plan your meals around your shift times, bring your own beverages, and please do not accept gifts. If a client offers you something that they are getting rid of and you're interested in it, you can call the office to clear it with the office, and then we can also document that in order to avoid any misunderstandings. It should go without saying, certain behaviors should never happen while at work for Trinity In-Home Care. If you're unsure about any behavior or aspect of your job, please always check with the office. So now that we've enjoyed that demonstration of some of the things that we don't want you to do as a Trinity In-Home Care employee, let's talk about some of the things we do want you to do. It's important for you to be prompt when arriving at your client's home. If you're running late, give them a call and let them know that you're running a little bit late and what time they can expect you. When you arrive at their home, please clock in immediately. If you have any difficulty clocking in, be sure to have some error reports with you so that you can get those completed and turned in a timely fashion. When you arrive at the home, especially at that first visit, introduce yourself, take a few moments to get to know each other, and ask, what tasks would you like to prioritize today? Some of our clients have a limitation to how many hours you can spend with them, so helping them think through the things that are most important to start with may assist your client with being sure that their tasks and needs are cared for. For instance, if your client needs to have laundry done, you may want to start with the laundry and while it's running, take care of other activities. One of the most common needs that our clients have is with light housekeeping, but light housekeeping can be difficult to define. What is light housekeeping? It's looking around to do things like dishes, wiping down counters, vacuuming, making beds, watering plants, and taking care of the other basic aspects of keeping the home clean and safe. What isn't light housekeeping can be things like moving heavy furniture, washing windows, and putting yourself in a position where physically you may be at risk of being injured. As you're determining what to do for your shift during the day, you can look around and look for tasks that your client may need assistance with, they may not even realize they need. Keeping an eye out for things like loose rugs or items that they may trip over might help them to protect themselves from injury down the road. As you're completing tasks, ask for feedback. Asking a client's feedback helps them feel more control over their life. As you're with your client, listen for red flags about their health. Keeping an eye on whether or not they're taking their medications that you're aware that they should be taking, and notifying a family member or the office if it appears they're not getting their medications taken. Looking for things that they are doing differently than they used to do. Watching for changes in their eating habits, and then checking in with them about how they're physically feeling. If you remember from visit to visit about upcoming doctor's appointments, making sure that they attended that doctor's appointment, and then again, letting the office or a family member know if you have concerns. One of the tasks that some of our clients need assistance with is called respite care. Many times your client may sleep or not need physical assistance while you're in their home, but you should always be ready to jump up and assist them with anything they need help with, like getting some food or a glass of water, or assisting them with going to the restroom. When you know that your shift is about to end, it's nice to help your client anticipate that you're getting ready to go. Maybe 15 minutes or so before the shift ends, ask if there's anything else that they need before you go. There may be one or two things that they almost forgot about, and you can be sure to either assist them before you leave or make plans to do that task at your next visit. Once you've completed all of your tasks, be sure to clock out right before you leave. If for some reason you're unable to clock out right before you leave, or if the telephony timekeeping system doesn't work for any reason, be sure to have your client fill out an error report with you immediately. Error reports are due within 48 hours of the end of a shift. Late error reports can significantly impact the way that the client's services are being provided to them by the organization that is paying for their services. And if you turn those in more than 48 hours later, it can cause significant problems. If you have any difficulty turning in an error report in a timely fashion, please contact the office. When you initially contact your client to schedule your first visit, sometimes you may have difficulty reaching them. If you have made multiple phone calls over a day or two and have not been able to connect with your client, please call or email the office and let us know. If you're unable to make it to your client for any reason, please contact the office immediately. Clients do rely on you for their physical assistance, but they also rely on you emotionally. Many of our clients look forward to your visit, as you may be one of the few people they get to spend time with. Give them as much notice as you can so they're not caught off guard or anxiously awaiting your arrival. If you are injured while working, please contact the office right away. In order for our office to file a workman's compensation insurance claim for you, there is a timeline that we have to meet, so we need to know immediately if you have been injured on the job. If you have concerns about your client's health, their health changes, and whether or not your shifts with them are going as expected, please contact the office. There are also some forms available through our website that you can use if you need to make an anonymous report about a concern. And if you're contacted by the office with a phone call or a text, please respond to us quickly. Sometimes we're working rapidly to make sure that one of our clients receives the care that they need, and we may need to hear back from you as soon as possible so that we can seek other assistance if need be. I hope today's video gave you a few laughs, but also gave you some really important things to think about. We do want to provide an excellent service to all of Douglas County, and we can't do it without you. Please let us know if you have any questions at any time, and thank you so much for being part of Trinity in Home Care.